Yep.
I'm Mick. This is my wife Beck, and we are the Jessops. There's a few of us.
Just a couple?
Yeah, just a couple. So we've got Keeper's my little girl. Lakin is number 2 of the boys. My eldest is Harper, and the littlest fella is Reeve. Yeah, we're at Ningaloo Caravan Park at the moment in Exmouth, which is beautiful, and we are from Shell Harbour, so just south of Sydney. Beautiful spot as well.
And you know, I proposed to my wife to be just north of there or south of there, Bawley Point.
Yeah, south.
South.
Yeah, south. Yeah.
So they're just around the corner from where our proposal is. 2 weeks before I took off on this trip.
Epic journey. Yeah, it's cool.
So look, normally I don't sit down with people that are travelling and so on, because I reckon that's a story in itself.
Yeah.
You know, travellers and things. But I had to sit down with you guys because you're travelling with 4 kids. There's 6 of you in total, but then you've got this bus.
Yeah.
And I looked at doing that myself initially.
Yeah.
That's a fair undertaking. How did this idea come about?
Go for it, babe.
Oh gosh. Well, we've always wanted to travel. We travelled the West Coast just before we had Harper, so before kids. And then the first couple of years of his life, we're like, right, we're going to get back on the road, we're going to do some travelling before he starts school. And then just life and everything got in the way of that, and we never got back around to it.
And then a few other kids.
Yeah, 3 more kids later, and we just were at a time in our life where it's quite a long story, but to put it in a short version, there was a family for health reasons, and friends. My brother was diagnosed with thyroid cancer. My mum was diagnosed with melanoma. We lost a friend in an accident and a friend in suicide. And we just kind of had this. We were all on a family holiday. We're in Byron Bay actually, September last year, so just over 12 months ago. And we just had that realization of what are we doing with our life? Like, we're living this rat race of a crazy busy life, mixed living and working away. He wasn't even living at home with us. I'm at home with 4 kids, going bonkers, and what are we doing? And we've met all these beautiful travelling families, and we're just like, let's just do it, let's make it happen. And we just literally looked at each other driving home from Byron, and we're like, yep, let's do it. 12 months from now we'll be on the road, and we just made it happen. So we packed up our house, sold, minimalised everything, simplified everything, and bought a bus.
So how long ago was that now?
We actually bought the bus a couple of months after we decided.
So we bought the bus in November last year. Yep, and it was up in Townsville. It was just it was an epic journey just in itself, getting the bus and sorting it out. Like, we got it, we actually seen it online. I was like, I need to buy this. We'd actually driven down home and seen 2 different buses, like Bermagui down the far south coast. Couldn't believe we'd seen these 2 buses. We started looking for buses. Next minute 2 turned up down south. And that's
the universe putting it out.
It was crazy, man. So it was nice to go home and see everyone, and then went down seeing these buses, and they just weren't what we wanted. But then on the way home, I just had a little something jumped up on car. Was it on car sales or? No, it was one of these sites, and Gumtree, I think it was.
Yep.
Bang, this bus come up, and it was in Townsville, and I was like, that's the bus. Like, I called him straight away, and he was like, holy shit, man, are you ready to buy it now? And I'm like, I'm ready to buy it now, man. I think that's the bus. So I flew to Townsville, checked it out. It was perfect for what we wanted. Yep. Minimal stuff done to it. Was for an older couple, and then I knew that obviously we'd have to do our bits and pieces, but being a carpenter, I thought it'll be easy enough to do it. Yep. And the guts of it was there, and we went up there, checked it out, paid the deposit, went through all the rigmarole of getting it home. It was chaos, but finally got it home, and then it pretty much sat from in our front yard from sort of November till I think probably March, and then we started sort of getting stuck into doing what we needed to do.
So March this year?
March this year. So then April, May, June 14 we were gone. We left.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely not the bus that we bought. Like, it's a completely different thing now, and you know, we had it wrapped at Wrap City in the Gold Coast, which was awesome. They were legends. Like, they've done an amazing job, and that's why it looks as sick as it does now. But yeah, it was a feat in itself getting us up and going. But you know, one thing that sort of rings in my ears was just how we need to minimalise what we have, because we had this house full of all our gear, and we ended up getting all of our stuff into one of Beck's rooms in her salon. That I built her a salon next to our home, and so all of our gear from our house all fit into one room in her salon, and then the rest and the rest of it is in our bus. So it's just like, it's crazy, man. Like, I think we just over-capitalise on everything, and it's so good to just minimalise everything, and we were gone, man. We were gone June 14, game over, out of there.
It's interesting you say that, because I haven't even actually spoken to you about this. I built a house on a 5 metre by 4 metre footprint.
Oh, what?
Over 4 levels.
Yeah,
and
sick.
it's majority of it's out of timber as well. So
yeah, man, I'm a chippy, man. I love that, man, and that's what I fell in love with in my home.
Yeah.
It's a 100-year-old house, and I love these older homes, and it's just been sort of revamped into this new beautiful thing. And that was originally what we were going to do. The $200,000, we were going to get a $200,000 loan and do this massive big reno on our home. So because we love entertaining, and we're like, let's have this beautiful entertaining house with a lap pool and our kitchen overlooking the lap pool, so the kids can be out there. And then in the end we just went, you know what, it all sort of fell into place as to, you know what, let's just get out and travel and you know, live our lives, and instead of just existing, working every single day, you know, like it's chaotic.
Yeah, because it's the cyclical sort of
happens,
thing,
man.
isn't it? Yeah. What is also interesting, how did this whole tribe that travel come about, and was that Beck's idea or your idea? Or?
Yeah, well, originally it was just Instagram. I was just looking at Instagram and I'm like, oh, we like travelling, and so I started posting a few things on Instagram about places that I'd like to go. And I thought, I'm going to change my name just from me, Mick Jessup, to Tribe That Travel, because there's a tribe of us and we love travelling, and that's something that I'm hoping to have happen, you know, in the coming years. And yeah, it was really crazy. And so I changed my name, and then it was like, it started evolving. Yeah. Like almost, because it was really, really crazy, man. It was like I put it out there to the universe, and it started happening for us, you know, and little things happen. Like I was working in the tunnels, and it really cemented in my mind about time over money. I was on really, really good money, nearly double what I was getting in the coal mines, but I had zero time. So no matter what money I was on, I had no time. So it felt sort of pointless.
And you don't spend time with kids,
and I had no time with my family, man, and that's what cemented in my mind, you know what, I need to change what we're doing, and if nothing changes, nothing changes. So like we can only create our own sort of destiny, you know, and I thought we need to change this, and we did, and so Tribe That Travel just sort of came with, I just thought that's a cool name, and you know, Tribe That Travel, and I chucked it into Instagram, and it worked. It was, someone hadn't had it, so I was like, that's perfect. And then and it really just progressed from there. And then the We Are Tribe thing was just a thought. I just thought it'd be really cool to create a brand while we're traveling, and travellers love other travellers. Like it's like we're all inspired by each other, and and I thought We Are Tribe is a pretty cool brand name, and so we created We Are Tribe and sort of made our logo and our design, and
my Insta, We Are Tribe 6,
and then that's Beck's Instagram, and but we'll eventually sort of come up with something where we can have a little brand and have all our kids in their We Are Tribe clothing, and it'll be pretty cool. And
about the kids, how's it going with school and homeschooling and that side of it?
They actually haven't started yet, so I've just sent off
They've been exempt for the first 110 or 120 days. They're exempt.
Right.
And then so they'll start soon. So all their stuff's just been sent off. So it's all final. They'll send that to our next destination. So they're going to be doing distance ed, which will be 2 hours of schooling, roughly a day. But we went through like a Port Macquarie school that kind of specialises in families that are travelling.
Oh, right. Okay.
So this curriculum's not as full on.
That's interesting. I didn't even realise that there's that sort of structure around.
Reedy, come here, Dad.
Gonna go sit over on Daddy's lap? No. Want to go play at the park, Reedy? Boys, you want to go and play at the park with Reeve?
That'd be good. Go, bud. Thank you.
No, good thing, Dylan. So they'll start that soon, which will be good for us because it's been nearly 5 months and we kind of, can you not please? We'll need a little bit more routine and structure.
I'll grab him for a sec.
They actually wake up so early, like every day, so I'm so ready for bed. So are you excited, kids, to start school?
No.
I'm sure they're counting the days down for it.
Although they've been doing, Hops, go over with Dad, please. They've been doing their journals every day.
I want to go to my friend.
Most days. Yeah. Well, you can go and play. You go play. And we try and do reading, and they've got a few little books that we got along the way that they do, like reading and maths and things like that. So, yeah. But the school was great. Like, they were like, they're at the ages that they are now, as long as they're journaling and reading, they don't even really need to be doing school. They're going to learn so much more.
The experience
along the
exposure.
way. Yeah. And they've really all, it's only been 4.5 months, but their little personalities have, they've really all come out of their shell.
I was going to say confidence because they're meeting people.
That's the thing, especially Laken. He's really come out of his shell and he loves meeting new friends, don't you, Dylan? And then they get sad because they meet all these new friends in the caravan parks and become best friends, and then they leave. And they're like, there's been a few people that we've caught up with along the way though, which is nice.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? You start meeting the same, like you'll go off and do your own things and then you'll come back and it's chance meetings again.
The amount of families though that are travelling these days, like the amount of people that actually are out having their kids on the road.
Yeah. Yeah, and like you were saying, the whole school side of things, and there's this whole sub-community, I guess, around it, isn't there? Yeah. I didn't even know it existed, until I got on the road and I started running into people. And your setup's fantastic. I love the fact that there's a bike park out the front. I was going to say a car park. Tribal bike park. And then you tow your little four-wheel drive in behind.
So we've got, we just bought the little, that little 4B at the Sunshine Coast. So we originally took off with a dolly trailer and our other big four-wheel drive, but we got like a few hours up the road on our first day and we blew a tyre off the dolly trailer. So we were really, really lucky because we just happened to, we had issues with we tried to leave the day before and the trailer was a bit funny, so we were kind of already not trusting of this trailer, and we just happened to pull over and check, and it had been all kind of disintegrated, and we were so lucky that we hadn't kept driving a little bit further because the whole thing would have just
collapsed,
shot off.
So you've got the mothership and then the little tender that you go
so
on.
it's good, obviously, because there's 6 of us, so it's seven seats, which is awesome. We can just pull up anywhere and take off around the place.
Yeah, it's fantastic setup.
And our bikes, they come in so handy. So we had like 9 days at Agnes Waters and we just pulled up at a friend's place and we were just riding around the town, chucking the kids in the back of the bikes, and everyone else's. Keeper only just learned to ride when we got to Rivershore in Sunny Coast, so that was good. We picked her up a little bike. They're a bit of a hassle at the moment because we have to pack them all back in the bus when we travel, but they come in handy. It's fun.
Yeah, I've got a push bike. I cheat. It's electric assist.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's just it's really helpful to just potter around town and sort of, and it gives you a different perspective. You slow down again.
Yeah.
Even more so when you're sort of out there in the elements and
especially all the coastal towns that we've come through. We've loved it having our bikes.
So handy. Like we just picked on. I'm sure Beck told you. We just picked. The boys got the bikes for Chrissy, but we picked our bikes up just on Gumtree Marketplace for $100. It was the best. It was the best pickup in the world.
Yeah.
And they're so handy, the cruisers. And then one of our friends gave us the little baby carrier as well for Reevy at the back, and he actually gave us Keeper's bike as well. But yeah, she just learned to ride at Malulabar at Rivershore Resort. It was a beautiful resort, and we've walked out the front and she's riding a push bike, and we're like, okay, no worries. But one of our friends' daughters taught her how to ride, just sort of went, I just done what my dad does, and just held onto the back and then just pushed her off, and she was riding. It was sort of, it was a bit more of a feat teaching the boys to ride their pushies, and she's just jumped on and gunned it straight away, so it was pretty cool.
Fantastic.
But it's like we've got everything that we need in the bus. So we've got a little bathroom and kitchen, and everyone's got a bed, and
it's funny how little you actually need.
Yeah.
When you break
like you're saying, like I can't believe the size of your, what was it, 5 by 4?
5 metres by 4
That
metres.
is amazing, man.
And then I've moved into something smaller in that truck.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, and you don't need a lot. And Liz has been fantastic as well, because we moved back from Queensland.
Yeah.
And we're in a 2-bedroom apartment there.
Yeah.
And the more space you have, the more stuff you accumulate.
That's all it is,
Well,
man.
when we were packing up, we were just like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and the
amount of
stuff that you haven't seen for years, that obviously
But you keep in a box somewhere.
Like, it's ridiculous, man. And that's one thing, you know, like when, you know, if we go back to a home, like it'll be minimised massively, you know, because we just see now, you know, I think at some point in our lives we sort of think, you know, the more or the bigger we have, you know, the better off we've been, or, you know, like we've done better in life if we have bigger things, you know, and it's just not the case. It's so materialistic,
What's interesting as well, and like I'd like to say, and I said this to Nick yesterday, you didn't hear this, Beck, I said, you're too disgusting. Joking. But you're up there training, like, you know, had your little workout session, and then the kids were there, like you were training by the kids' playground, you know, and it's just so good to see. You don't need the home gym, and you don't need all those sort of things that you think you need, like we're talking about. And you can work with things around you, and people were doing it for a lot of years well before we had all that stuff. You know, and we just accumulate more and more and more.
Well, I've come from a training background anyway, and had a functional fitness space, and Ocean Fitness in Shell Harbour, and it was wasn't a massive gym either, but it done everything it needed to do, and it sort of then showed me a different way to train, and like the functional stuff's amazing for overall body and to keep us moving, because that's all we need to do is keep moving, you know, and it's been such a game changer. So we really just bought some basic things like sandbags and kettlebells, and just really like compact equipment, and we can train anywhere, man. And we have
multifunctional.
Yeah, man. We've trained in Uluru, we've trained in Darwin, we've trained in bloody, you know, Agnes, and we've trained everywhere we've stopped, we've trained, and it's cool, you know. The worst thing is the bloody red dust getting everywhere and jumping up, and you've got red dirt all over you. But
it's
other
not
than that,
easy
it's cool.
though, because like you probably heard this morning, they whinge and carry on, and depending on what time of the day. But we just try and make sure we get it done, because for the both of us, it helps keeps us sane.
Yeah.
Like, it's good for our mental health, it's good for our, you know, physical as well, but it just puts you in a good headspace for the day as well.
Yeah, start the day off moving, start the day off right. Have kids screaming in the background like that. You need it. You need it to happen. But no, it's been a good thing, the training part of it. Like, it's really helped, and our online business is nutrition based anyway, so like we feel like it ties in, man, you know, we're nourishing ourselves with what we do, and you know, and I guess if you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk as well too, you know. So but it's been easy, and I think the biggest thing is it helps us in so many ways by starting the day off right. Like I said to you, man, like if you're moving feeling good in the morning, it just really progresses through the day.
The dog does that for me.
Yeah,
Getting
man.
around.
Rani's awesome.
And I've got to walk around with her.
Yeah.
I limp around a bit in the morning with my ankle.
Yeah, the bugger.
But the thing is, it's once you get moving,
you're better.
Then you're better for it.
Yeah.
And yes, it is a bit painful and awkward.
Yeah.
Once you get going,
you're better off for it.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Rani's been great for our kids too. She's been keeping them on their toes as well, throwing the ball.
Exercised her quite well last night.
Yeah.
Or yesterday.
She loved it.
Sleep.
No, it's but no, that's what we love. We love what we do, man, and we're loving our travels. It's been amazing. We've only been it's been 4.5 months, and we don't feel like. I know the first week. I remember the first week we were staying. It was at Miami, in Gold Coast, and Beck and I just woke up one morning and went, I don't ever want to stop doing this. That was
going to be my next question.
Yeah. I literally was like 1 week, and I said I can imagine being in this bus for a long time. Like I can't, and I have people message me all the time. How are you guys going to go when you have to go back to the norm, or when you come home? And I'm like, we probably
do. We have to.
We might not. Yeah. And that's our goal, I guess, is to try and do what we can to stay on the road for as long as
you can. Yeah.
And we've talked about, I'd love to deck out maybe a smaller bus for I've always wanted to retire my mum, and with other businesses I've had in the past when they've been doing well, I'm getting closer to retiring my mum. That was my biggest thing, because she's been such a helping hand for me forever, as mums are, and she's still bloody working. But we were thinking, do we get to the point where we give this bus to my mum and she can cruise around in that, or now we're even looking at little coasters, because that'd be an epic little setup. The guys next to you guys. Yeah.
And they
Little Miss Daisy or something.
Driving Miss Daisy.
Well,
driving Miss Daisy.
She stopped and took a photo of your bus.
Oh yeah,
cool. The way out when we were talking about.
Well, I think for my mum and her partner, a little coaster would be perfect. Something like this might be a bit cumbersome. It's a bit big, but for them, something like that would be awesome. And that's a goal too, man. If we don't, keep the old girl, and we love our bus as it is, No, we just have her as Tribe That Travel. That's her, and she's a big green Hulk. You could call it the Hulk. She looks like one. But we love it. We love how it's set up.
My mum and dad have just bought a
big van.
Yeah, just upgraded their van as well, and they're going to start to do a lot more travelling, because they were actually just going to do 12 months of travelling when my mum was diagnosed with melanoma, so she had to go through 15 months of treatment. So I'm super excited that she's finished, and hopefully that's all good now, and they're back on the road and travelling again. So this is exciting, because in the next few months we're going to be meeting up with
rendezvous around the country.
Yeah, and my dad too. My dad he rang me the other day and was like, "Oh, mate, because it was always a thing to."
Us at our age have inspired our parents to get out and start travelling.
Yeah, my dad just rang and he's like, "Oh, mate, and I loved his home. He's got a home on Wallaga Lake in Bermagui. It's beautiful in Fairhaven, and he's like, we've sold our house, or we're selling our house, mate. You've inspired us to pack up and go, and so he just bought a new Prado and a new van, and he's like, bloody cost me a pretty penny, and I think he was about 150 deep for that, and he's like, I should have just jumped in the bus. I know that only cost us about 60, but it's going to be perfect, I think, for them to start doing it. It's just lovely to see that they are going to do it, because even yourself, man, that you're doing it. It's just like we put these things off and put them off and put them off, and then all of a sudden our health plays up, or something else happens that we can't do it at that time that we think we're going to do it, or we're not here anymore. That's the thing. Things change so quickly, and anything can happen overnight or in a split second.
And it's also finding that life-work balance, and if you can find, like you said, you've got your online business, you can spend time with your family, and the kids will thrive. Yeah. All those sort of things. Thank you so much, guys, for sitting down and having a chat.
Cheers, man.
Thanks for the kids exercising Rani as well.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm sure I'll run into you guys on the road somewhere.
Oh, 100%, man. Yeah, you're not gonna. We won't miss you either, man. She's a beast. You're a beast for sure.
It's been interesting. Liz and I were driving out of another caravan park yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I went down and showed Liz a couple of places.
Yeah.
And these backpackers waved out to me and pulled over, and I'd met them in Broome.
Oh, cool.
And then some others I'd met in Darwin, and Liz said to me, "Oh, how do you know that?" And I said, "Oh, there's so many different groups.
I don't actually know how to remember them." Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fantastic.
Here's another
I
best
recognise
part.
them.
That's the best part about it. I'm travelling, meeting people. Everyone's on the same level.
Yeah.
And that's
They're
like I
all
was
happy
saying.
and travelling.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to you the other day, you know, like I find that's the best thing about travelling is you're getting the absolute best of everyone, because whether it's their 4 weeks holiday for the year, or, you know, they're off travelling for a couple of months, they've taken a bit of long service leave and they're doing a run, or they're full-time travellers, like you're getting the best of them because they're travelling, like they're in their best mindset, and that's what we love. We love that about what we're doing, you know, like that's the best thing. And the kids get the best of that too, you know, they're getting to meet all these new little mates, and, you know, that was one of the things people were saying, oh, you know, but what about the kids, you know, and the social aspect. I said, I think it's a different game to years and years ago when there mightn't have been so many on the road. There's so many families travelling now.
And the structure, like we were talking about the schools and things like that. It's structured around that now.
Yeah.
For people to travel and enable them to travel.
Yeah.
So,
no, it's awesome.
So again, thank you for your time.
No, cheers,
I'm going to get a few
Thank
photos
you.
of the bus.
Yeah, no dramas,
and
man.
I'd love to do a little family portrait as well.
Yeah, beautiful.
And it can be a circus portrait. You know
yeah, take the circus on the road, man.
Work with it rather than fight and try and get a
man, beautiful.
little portrait. So,
man. Thanks, man. Thanks, you're off. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks, Liz.
Thanks, Liz.